land is overrun by iniquity, by threats of violence, threats of epidemics, and the cure is the voice of God. But where are the men that can secure the voice of God? Because the voice of God comes through men. God doesn't thunder from heaven all the time. Most times when God speaks, his voices are carried through human vessels. He said, there's a voice crying in the wilderness, prepare a way from the Lord. That voice is a man called John the Baptist. That means John the Baptist is the voice of God crying from the wilderness, make a straight path for the Lord. The king is about to walk through your borders. The people were living in religion and in lasciviousness. The king is coming. Salvation is about to hit the earth, but nobody could catch the voice. The prophecy was in the spirit realm for 700 years when Isaiah prophesied. They were reciters of the Torah. They were readers of the laws of Moses. They were religious men, political leaders. The office of the high priest had even been divided into two, because politics had entered the church. But what was happening in the height of the heaven was that the Christ that was inside was about to walk the earth. But the only way that door would be open was for that voice to cry from the wilderness. No man could catch the voice until somebody separated himself, and he dwelt in the wilderness until the day of his showing forth. And suddenly a spirit came upon him called the spirit of Elijah. The son of a priest went into the wilderness, but the man who came out was Elijah. Because there was a need to challenge the status quo, and only the spirit of Elijah in the economy of God has the stature to challenge the status quo. So that voice was locked up in heaven, and a man had to give up his life. Do you know what it means to leave your father when you are the only son? A child that they prayed for until in their old age God gave one. And this child suddenly one day catches a body because he senses that God wants to visit. So he packs his luggages and then he journeyed into the wilderness. A point came, he did not even have as much as clothing to wear. The Bible said he was dressed in camel skin. All he had to live on was white honey and locusts. But what he was doing, he was digging into the spirit realm. Because if the Messiah doesn't come now, we will lose our calendar. It took many years before this calendar was set in motion, like the sons of Isaac that understood the times and the season. The guy knew that if this clock turns, it may take another 100 years. How many of you are aware the visitation God wants to bring to your